Colombage. Across northern France, timber frames with oak posts and curved braces stay visible on the street. Gaps were packed with clay daub or brick, then lime-washed, creating the black and white grid called colombage. Frames stand on stone plinths to escape damp, and steep roofs carry tile or straw. One room held hearth table and beds, while a loft stored grain. Rows in Rouen, Seine, and Troyes still show this late medieval craft. Chaumière. Normandy, Brittany, and the Vendée long relied on thatch cut from reed beds and rye. Bundles up to a meter deep keep rooms warm in winter and cool in summer. Granite or cob walls support deep eaves and tiny dormers, and a single chimney heats a combined living and sleeping space. Iris planted along the ridge bind the straw and brighten gray skies. Whitewashed chaumières still dot marshland and coastal dunes. Penty. The Penty is a small granite cottage of western Brittany. Quarried blocks anchor the gables while the south wall holds the door and two narrow windows that admit sun yet resist Atlantic storms. A slate or thatched roof begins just above head height and shelters a loft for grain or linen. A gable hearth heats the single room where cooking, weaving, and sleeping share one space. Bright shutters and blue doors lighten the severe stone. Longère. Farm families in Brittany, Normandy, and the Loire built longères that grew lengthwise as each generation married. Thick schist or granite walls and a low slate roof run parallel to the fields for up to 30 meters. Small south openings light the dwelling end. Animals occupy the middle in winter, and cider presses or loom rooms fill the far bay. The house records family growth in stone and slate laid end to end. Alsacienne. Alsatian villages pair lime-plastered infill with dark hardwood frames. Painted panels show flowers, birds, or zodiac signs, and balconies dry hops. A sandstone ground floor shelters animals and wine barrels, while timber upper rooms sit under a steep tile roof. Houses stand side-on to the lane around shared courts because medieval taxes charged frontage, not depth. Geranium boxes and half-timber mark the Rhine wine route today. Basque. Farmhouses in the Western Pyrenees mix whitewashed stone with heavy timber trim painted deep red or green. A steep tiled roof runs across the slope, and broad eaves let farm work continue during Atlantic rain. The front door sits between two barn bays, giving a balanced three-part facade uniting living space, hayloft, and cowshed. Stone plaques above the lintel bear family symbols and marriage dates. Béarnaise. East of the Basque country, Béarn farmers built rectangular houses from river pebbles, set in lime with openings dressed in sandstone. A tall canal tile roof shades 2 stories, arranged around a hall that once divided family rooms from stables. Ridge vents release smoke from the bread oven without a high chimney, a response to heavy snow. Pigsties, maize cribs, and press rooms nestle beneath the same roofline. Maze. South of the Rhone. The Maze stands among olive groves and stony fields. Rubble limestone walls, 60 centimeters thick, hold summer heat out and winter warmth in, while the narrow north wall has almost no openings to block the mistral. A central passage once divided stables from living quarters. Low Roman canal tiles cover the roof, and plane trees cast deep shade across the ochre stone each afternoon. Bastide. 18th century merchants around Aix built square bastides to escape city heat. 2 or 3 stories rise over vaulted cellars, centered on a stone stair lit by tall shuttered windows. Lime-rendered walls in soft ochre overlook geometric gardens fed by canal water. Farm wings handle olives, wine, and silkworms, so leisure and agriculture share the estate. Bastides preview the later bourgeois villas outside many towns. Cabanon. On the marshy Camargue Plain fishermen and herders built cabanons with reed walls and a roof shaped like an upturned boat. Thick thatch bends over rounded gables, and a bullhorn finial pins the ridge against mistral gusts. A single south door opens to a whitewashed room where a corner hearth cooks rice and eels. Light reeds and tamped earth let the cabanon stand on shifting, salty soil. Troglodyte. Soft tuffeau cliffs along the Loire hide cave dwellings carved where castle stone was quarried. Rooms stay near 13 degrees all year, perfect for wine and mushrooms. Rubble front walls carry tile roofs that mask the cave behind a normal street face, while chimneys vent through rock to the plateau above. Two-level villages around Saumur blend house and landscape and leave more farmland free for vines. Chalet. Savoyard chalets combine fir log ground floors with roofs that project far and weigh tons, held down by stone slabs against wind. Cattle occupy the lower level, warming the pine-floored living room above. Balconies under the eaves dry hay and shelter firewood, and granite stilts lift grain stores clear of rodents. 19th century rail travel spread the carved balcony and broad roof as a symbol of alpine holidays. Landaise. Before pine forest drained the Landaise region, shepherds lived in low, mixed farmhouses, raised on stone blocks above damp sand. Half-timber walls were packed with mud and straw, strengthened by pine resin against insects. A deep roof resting on porch posts gave outdoor workspace in rain and summer sun. Smoke from an open hearth drifted through reed thatch. The sprawling plan echoes the flat heath once roamed on stilts. Comtoise. In the Jura Massif, the Ferme Comtoise sweeps a single spruce shingle roof over living rooms, hayloft, and cheese cellar. On the north side, the roof descends almost to ground, shielding walls from blizzards. A high arched door admits carts to the barn and hangs sausages in chimney heat. Thick limestone walls and few windows hold warmth for winter cheese, making that produced celebrated Comté wheels. Maison de Maître. Industrial growth created formal houses of brick or dressed stone with two main floors over a raised kitchen basement. A central stair leads to salons with molded cornices, marble fire surrounds, and parquet floors, while servants use attic rooms lit by dormers. Iron fences, carriage gates, and rows of plane trees express civic order. Such houses ring textile towns in the north and wine ports along the Garonne. Hôtel Particulier. 17th century nobles enclosed private palaces behind high street walls. A carriage court leads to a stone main block flanked by two wings under slate mansard roofs. Service rooms hide around a rear court, allowing formal salons to overlook a geometric garden. Scores of hotels in Paris, Lyon, and Bordeaux reveal how symmetry, luxury, and privacy coexisted inside crowded urban grids. Haussmannien. After 1850, Baron Haussmann set a new Paris house type. 6-story limestone facades line boulevards with shops below, two grand floors behind wrought iron balconies, smaller middle flats, and attic garrets under zinc. Paired chimneys feed coal stoves, and new water and sewer pipes lift hygiene. The model spread to L'Île-Toulouse and Algiers, giving uniform cornice lines and carved doorways to wide avenues. Belle Époque Villa. From 1870 to 1914, resorts such as Biarritz Dinard and Arcachon filled with villas mixing Gothic turrets, Moorish arches, and colonial verandas. Polychrome brick slate spires, terracotta tiles, and stained glass delighted holidaymakers arriving by train. Electricity bathrooms and coal ranges brought unheard-of comfort, turning Atlantic and Mediterranean coasts into fashionable summer playgrounds. Pavillon de Banlieue. After the Great War, cheap plots and commuter railways let artisans build detached pavilions around Paris and Lyon. Rendered block walls, red tile hip roofs, front garden gates, and a 2-room ground plan set the template. Owners soon added sheds, attics, and garages as savings grew. Rows of pavilions with cherry trees and vegetable beds transformed farmland into endless garden suburbs linked by daily trains. Maison Phénix. From 1946, Phénix offered factory-made steel frames bolted to concrete slabs and wrapped in light concrete panels, finishing a house in under a month. Aluminium windows, electric heating, and tiled bathrooms signaled modern life, paid off through long credit terms. 2- and 3-bedroom models filled post-war subdivisions across the country, their gray-pitched roofs becoming icons of consumer optimism. Grand Ensemble. Post-war shortages led to vast concrete estates at city edges. Prefabricated slab blocks and lift cores rose quickly, enclosing hundreds of flats around schools and shopping decks. Garbage chutes and district heating cut labor, but exposed lawns felt bleak and bus links lagged. While many towers are now renovated or demolished, grand ensembles remain a lesson in the limits of purely industrial housing. Créole. In tropical territories, light timber frames stand on stone piers above damp soil. Wide verandas encircle rooms and deep gutters channel torrential rain. Shuttered louver windows let breeze pass, while cyclone hooks clamp the roof. Colored boards and fretwork ventilators give personality without weight. The Creole house shows French carpentry adapted to hurricanes' heat and sudden downpours from Martinique to Reunion. Passive. Low-energy houses wrap thick insulation around airtight frames and fit triple glazing. Heat recovery units supply fresh air while saving warmth, and south-facing windows sit under shade blades to welcome winter sun but block summer glare. Timber panels often arrive complete from the factory for speed and accuracy. Estates near Strasbourg, Nancy, and Grenoble now meet passive targets and add solar roof tiles. Modulaire. High material costs and urban infill targets boost modular construction. Timber or steel pods leave factories with wiring and fittings in place, then crane onto foundations in hours, slashing waste and noise. Some firms print concrete walls layer by layer to form curved shells ready for doors next day. Building codes approve such methods case by case, pointing toward faster, lower carbon housing supply. Niçoise. On the Côte d'Azur pastel stucco cottages, shelter under low Roman tiles. External stairs climb to roof terraces that catch sea breezes on humid nights, while blue shutters and wrought iron grills soften fierce sun. Ground floors once stored nets and olives, with living rooms above safer from floods. Artists and retirees later enlarged these maisons niçoises with pergolas and bougainvillea, yet kept the light southern palette. Most people today live in apartments or modern homes, but you can still see traces of these older styles, in shutters, roof lines, or the shape of a doorway. They're not gone, they've just blended into the architecture seen today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this look at France's regional house styles, feel free to like or subscribe.